All right. Good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host WD, Miss Pretty Carly, and the MOD Saints Uptown. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing tonight?
Amazing. So glad to be back.
Great to be back. The season is coming up around the corner. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Uptown, how you feeling, fam?
Something may be wrong with his computer.
I think he getting this mic right, but Who That Nation, welcome to our
Hey, I feel good, man. I'm sorry, I feel good, man. It's good to be around the family. You understand what I'm saying? It's good, man. I'm sorry, I was muted. I was talking, and I didn't know I'm muted.
Who That Nation, welcome. Welcome to our first series of our top 20 countdown. And for the ones that's just new to this, how we planned on doing this was having the top 20 based off of last season that played. So players like Michael Thomas, he won't be on the list. Will Lutz won't be on the list. This season, rookies won't be on the list, or the new players. So Tyron and Jarvis, all of them, we're not including them. We're including the players based off of the production off of last season. So, like I said, guys like Michael Thomas and Lutz, Pete, you won't see those names on this top 20 list. So, how the show is going to go? Going to go live with this. We're going to give our rankings. We made a group decision on 20 through 16. Once we give our thoughts on 20, we're going to read some comments, get you guys thoughts on that. Agree, disagree, any comments. Then we're going to go to the next one, do the same. So you guys are going to be a part of this show as well. And then after we get done with 20 through 16, we're going to open up the phone lines, and you guys can give us your thoughts. Was anybody too high, too low? Just let us know and just give your thoughts and opinions. Like I said, we want to do this for something to do while the Saints got their little 5-6 week break off. We want to have some content going. This podcast is back, and we're going to be here to stay all the way through the Super Bowl, so you guys get locked and loaded. We're hungry, and we're ready to give you guys some good Saints content. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go to this chat right quick. Let's give a little shout out to the chat before we get started. Okay, I see we got the OG Jerry Poole in the building. Shout out to Jerry. We got Gun Down in here. Said, "Go Saints, go."
Jeremiah.
We got Jeremiah. He said his birthday next Saturday, though. Y'all finna be the big 31.
Happy early birthday. Who that?
Yeah, I wish I can switch. I wish I can switch that 31 up with you.
And I see Picking and Flicking in the building. Said,
Who that? Who that?
Do that.
Okay, and then we'll get back to these comments. Highlight your comments as the show goes on. So, y'all ready to get started?
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay. So, at number 20, our top 20 pick goes to Juwan Johnson at number 20. Thoughts? Anybody can go.
Jawan Johnson, as you guys know, he had 159 yards and he had 4 touchdowns, but he had 13 receptions, which is up from his production the year before, which is huge for him because he got to see more time. We got to see him get a little bit more comfortable, and he got to play with all the different quarterbacks that we were interchanging. So I think that 20 for him is the perfect number. Because if we being completely honest, our offense was not the best, and any receiver that we had, they definitely just don't deserve to be in 15 through 10 or 10 through 1. So he was the best one, I would say, as far as being consistent with when the ball is getting thrown his way, he caught the ball. Like it didn't hit his body and it dropped. So I like him at 20. I'm happy he made the list.
I agree with that. I can, really, I can't really add much to what she just said. And had it not been for those touchdowns and all that, he probably wouldn't even made the top 20 at all.
Agreed.
So I don't have nothing to add to it. I think Carly touched that off. That was perfect. What she said about that. I don't have nothing to add to that.
I want to give Jawan Johnson a shout out to making the position change. I believe this was a determination on whether he would be a part of the Saints team or not. I don't think he would have made the team as a receiver, so he made that switch to tight end. And really, in my opinion, and I'm not just saying that he had a better season than Trotman. As a pass blocker, a run blocker, receiving yards. I think Trotman had more yards. How many yards? He had 13 receptions for 159. He had 4 TDs. First year as a tight end. So you got to give kudos to him, man. He made the position change, was able to make the team, and be a part of the rotation and having an impact. I believe he was starting to become one of Jameis, key receivers. Just
Especially in
we
the
all
red.
know we didn't have that. So
I think he deserved his spot at 20.
Mm-hmm.
WD
What do you guys think in the comment section? Y'all let us know if y'all think that Juwan Johnson should be on the list or if he shouldn't. Do we have him too high, or too low? Like, let us know. Y'all talk to us, man. We back.
I want to hear from Dub too.
Yeah, I actually wanted him to be involved with the offense more. I mean, it's not even just about route running, which was better than most of the tight ends, but it was really catching the ball. You hear that, Adam Trotman? He actually caught the ball, and that's what I look at. Because no, I mean, you look at all the tight ends we've had in previous years, and that was the issue. Whether it was coughing up the ball, I ain't gonna name who that was, but actually just catching the ball. And Juwan Johnson, he did that, and that's why I felt like he should have got targeted more. He should have got involved with the offense more, and that's pretty much what I'm asking for going into the 2022 season. So I would just like to see him, flourish. I know Taysom, he's going to be also playing tight end, but I think this is going to be a year where Jawan, he has a lot to prove, and I'm just ready to see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna reserve a comment. Like I said, on just for you, so you all know. I know we're not trying to add nothing out there, but Adam Troutman did not make our list. But I don't want to speak too much on him. But I'm gonna just say Juwan Johnson. He gonna have something to say about being on the roster as a tight end. And I'm not sure if they're gonna go with 3 tight ends or not. But it's looking like Taysom gonna be one of the tight ends. Then you got Juwan and Adam. So
Since we just we're not really talking about that, I got a dark horse, who I think may make an impact and stuff at tight end. But this is the top 20 show. We'll get to that sometime later. We have a lot of content that we're gonna have for you guys in the next few weeks. But
So in the comments, let's see. Jerry said, I like it. Jawan at number 20.
I like it too.
Somebody can read Jeremiah's comment.
He said Jawan Johnson is a real offensive tight end to the field, and making a real chemistry test on the field. Yeah, you can definitely tell the chemistry that they have, and you can tell that he has definitely come into himself and he's comfortable now with the ball being thrown to him. And I think that him at number 20 is not lowballing him at all. So yeah, the chemistry is definitely there. Like just like they were just saying earlier, you can tell he was getting real connected with James, but unfortunately James went down. But yeah, the chemistry was definitely visible.
And I would love to see more tight end screens with Jawan, because I feel like a few of those they looked good. Thought they should have been another one in Seattle.
Another thing that I think that we should take more advantage of the fact that he was a receiver before. You understand? Yeah. And give him some mismatches and stuff, in the open field. possibly linebackers, and I think that he can also have a mismatch on some safeties as well.
Right. Okay, Gundam. He said, "Yup, wide receiver to tight end is brutal on the physical body via weight gain. Facts." He said 20. I concur. Concur. That's agreeing, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Who we got at 19, CB?
Okay, so at number 19 comes in David Onyemata. David
David
Onyemata comes in
Onyemata.
at 19.
I want to say this much, right, before we discuss him. He probably was for this portion of the countdown. He was the most discussed. Okay,
Yeah.
just FYI.
Yes.
Like we went a whole lot of discussion went into putting him at 19. So we just didn't put him at 19 because we just that was done at a whim or just a knee jerk reaction.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely had a long conversation about it. We disagreed, we agreed, we finally came up to put him at 19. But to be in all fairness, he only had 2 sacks, which is completely down from last year when he had 6.5. He's a big guy, so his presence was felt, and that was some of our arguments. Was we felt some of us felt like he didn't do enough, but some of us felt like for a big guy and for his position, he did enough to help his other teammates to succeed at what they were doing. So his presence was felt. We just felt like he wasn't the David Onyemata that we're all used to seeing. Then
Right.
he missed a few games, and
I might
we
add,
had to.
I might add one other thing too, right? Is that he was suspended and stuff for a good portion of last season.
Mm-hmm,
Made it
mm-hmm.
really difficult for him to have the production that we are accustomed to seeing from David. So I'm gonna let Carly finish. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was actually going to end with that the suspension. So you hit it right on. You hit there right there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like if it wasn't for the suspension, like Carly basically said, this is a guy I was considering him to be, an elite run stopper. And I mean, that's actually what he is when he's at his best. So we got to see that David come back this season, man. And yeah, I think he's a monster. Like I said, when he's peaking, he's a monster. He's a dog. And while we still need that definite answer at the opposite defensive tackle, I feel like we need Onyemata. So there's that.
Right. And I know we bringing up the suspension. Well, I think played an impact. He played in 11 of the 17 games he started. He only in them 11 games he only had 2 tackle for loss. We know that's what he thrived at is hitting run stopper, hell of a run stopper. That's where he got recognized at. Only 2 in 11 games. That's not the David Onyemata that we used to seeing. I know the suspension. We know that, but I believe he could have had more than 2 tackle for loss, in 11 games. And he also had 10 QB hits. That was the lowest, from the past prior 2 seasons. But I believe that, like I said, that had an impact with him being suspended. But those 2 tackle for loss in 11 games, we're not used to seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he could have had a few more than 2. But I said, yeah, definitely looking forward to him rebounding this season, but definitely didn't see it last season.
I'm thinking maybe this is just an hypothesis on my part. I think because he was suspended, I think maybe that took away from, I guess maybe his preparation for the season,
Absolutely.
and it probably also took away from his concentration for the season. So I'm just gonna last season, I'm not gonna really quote unquote really nail him to the cross for that and hold it against him. I'm just gonna look at that as just an aberration. And this season we should, because he don't have to face those obstacles, we should see the David that we know.
But I'm gonna also look at him because during those 6 games, you remember we wasn't second, what nobody getting at the quarterback. Even Cam, what it took him to what week 7, 8 to even start touching the quarterback. So it wasn't no impact at all on the quarterbacks, opposing QBs, and him being suspended, had a reason was a reason for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he got to definitely be
That
on the
impacted us. I see
yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
So
You got it, number 18. CB. You got
let's
number.
let's see any let's see some thoughts on your mother. Jerry said I'm okay with on your mother at 19.
Say he should be a little higher. Some back-to-back Tampa games, he was that dog.
Oh yeah, Brady knows. That's a fact. Brady knows. We know that.
But don't all of our guys play better especially when we're playing Tampa Bay, let alone anybody in our division? Like our guys just step up to the plate and just have a little bit more fun and show their ass. So, I mean,
Yeah, that is true too, Paul.
that's
Yeah,
just
that's
how
true.
we do.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, if you just go grading on Tampa Bay, you understand the whole team played well.
Yeah.
The whole defense, I put it like that, played well. During those Tampa Bay games. So that's kind of a cheat.
Fast. One
What you
more
got?
comment before we go on. Jeremiah said, I love David Onyemata, and he's a real solid defensive lineman on the field.
Yes. We all agree. We agree with that. I agree with that.
Right.
I agree with that. But we were just basically, it's just basically based on the production of last season. We went through the whole thing about it's not really our list is not really talent based. You understand, quote unquote. Our list is based on production.
Right. So moving along. At number 18 comes Carl Granderson. Carl Granderson. Who want to start us off on Carl Granderson?
Well, Carl Granderson, in the 15 games that he played, he only had 3 sacks, which is completely down from the 5 that he had the season before. He wasn't as productive as he normally is. Like he wasn't the Carl Granderson that we used to look at and be like, yeah, there he go. Like he didn't make that for me, but he did enough to make the list. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, Kurt Granderson, he is that guy that has to step up when Davenport ain't even on the field. So, I mean, we could have asked for more, but I think, just like we said the last time, when it comes to the Tampa game, they all show up. So, Kurt Granderson, he loves showing up versus Tampa. I love it. I think I think he's gonna ball next season, man, because every time I'm looking at his off-season workout videos, man, it seems like he's just finding ways to get better, changing up his moves set. So I'm just really eager to see him next season. But also with the fact that Marcus Davenport, I know we talked about his thumb being amputated. We're definitely going to have to see more of Curl this season.
Yeah, but it ain't just the fact that Marcus Davenport, he got a lot of competition, man. At defensive end this season.
Absolutely.
So, as a matter of fact, to be quite honest with you, like he's going to have a really, really good productive training camp, man, to even make the team. You understand?
Whoa.
He's making the team. He's making the team.
Man, that thing is crowded right now, man. Remember last season, man. What was our first round pick? Our first round pick was a defensive end. They bought in, then we got Tano. They bought in Taco Charlton. You understand? Then we got Marcus Davenport over there. It's crowded over there.
Look,
crowded over
there. But they just gave Granderson a 2-year, $4.5 million deal. and that was during the offseason.
Yeah, and remember how
I
we
mean, so
gave.
they
Yeah, but
Remember
that
how
stuff don't be mattering though.
Martavius? Remember that deal that money we gave to Latavius, and then we cut him too. So that doesn't really matter, bro. So if he's not having the production that he's supposed to have in training camp, bro, he's gonna get cut. You understand? And I would like to see him make the team. I'm not hating on him or nothing. All I'm saying is that it's getting very crowded at that position. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't go that far because to be honest with you, I don't even think it's guaranteed for Taco to make the team. I think they'll all have to show up at training camp.
Taco ain't.
All I'm saying is that there's competition. There's more competition over there, man, than what meets the eye. That's what I'm saying.
And
so we usually keep 5.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick because y'all going in on my boy Taco, and I know that he's been in the league for 5 years on 4 different teams. But let me tell you something: his production and his sex has gone up tremendously. Like he has been consistent, and his numbers has going up. It's not like he's just been sinking downhill. He had a few bumps and bruises here and there, but he has been getting better year after year after year. He played down well alongside of TJ Watt when the one that he went before in the draft. Like he had a bad season with Dallas, but once he left Dallas, his game and his production just skyrocketed. And so I wouldn't count Taco out too. I wouldn't count him out so fast. It was a reason they brought him in.
There's only 2 people on that position right there that I think is guaranteed to make that roster. One of them is Marcus Davenport, and another one is Turner. Everybody else, man, is huge question marks over there. That goes for Tamo, that goes for Taco, and that goes for Carl as well.
Oh, come on, passing. Look,
that's
and look, see, that's the thing. When you say it like that, that goes to show you the defensive end position ain't even as crowded as you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might keep how many defensive ends? 5, 6. I'm just saying, man. I just don't see Carl Granderson leaving. I don't see Tano. And honestly, if we talking about honorable mentions, the thing that gets forgotten is Tano. He had 4 sacks, and he got hurt that 7th game. No telling what season he was going to have after all.
I agree with that. But all I'm saying is that, right, there's only 2 people, I'm going to say it again, that you can say that you can really say that you can put money on. You can go to Vegas and put money on if they're going to make the team at that position for the Saints. Everybody
I'm calling it out. Granderson, he's gonna make the team. He's gonna make the team, and I think Payton gonna make the team too.
Yeah, I think Tano might make the team too. You understand, Mike? You understand? But like a lot of people, again, I say right. There's only 2 definites over there.
That's Uptown's opinion. My opinion on Carl is he just got awarded a 2-year, $4.5 million. I know you was bringing up Latavius. He got cut because he didn't want to take no pay cut. That was part of the reason. Carl, he had 4 sacks he had 3 sacks. He had 3 sacks as a role player. I know he was hurt a little bit, but I can't see him being on the bubble. I can't see him being on the bubble. Him as a role player getting $2.5 million a season. Tacos and them deals wasn't like that. I don't even know if they came out with numbers on the Taco deal. But I know Granderson as a role player. I see him being on the team.
CV, $2.5 million ain't nothing. You understand?
For a role defensive end, though, a role defensive end, that's not. They're not gonna throw chunk change out. They just not gonna throw that out like that.
That really ain't nothing. I see it like this, right? If they do have to something like where they have to cut them, that ain't nothing. $2.5 million. They take that.
Man,
if they gotta cut him, but it ain't gonna be because he didn't make the squad. I don't think so.
This is very interesting because honestly, out of all the names we just mentioned, I'm just surprised this is the one we arguing about. I thought we were gonna go into town with Ayman.
He supposed to be getting some praise
about that dude.
Granderson supposed to be getting more praise than this, but it's all good.
Absolutely.
You can't get more praise if your production is down. Like you going, you ain't.
I
It's
mean,
not like he.
look,
It's not like he did better than what he did last season. I mean,
but I mean, look,
we knew he was there,
look, he
but
is what he is. He's a fourth defensive end on the team. So I mean, it's not like he. Of course, he's not starting. He's not starting unless
Not a starter.
You see
I
that?
ain't going to see
That's
it.
what Carly just said, right? What Carly just said, right? His production dipped from last season, right? Now, what if his production dip again? You understand? I mean, like,
I mean, what you just said? What you just said? Let his for it to dip, he would have to make a team to show that it dipped.
yeah, you're right.
Come on, man.
We can talk about somebody else, man. We can move on from Carl. Hey, Carl, man, we love you, bro. Don't think that we hating on you.
I don't know. Uptown love you, man.
No, it's all love. That's why we're able to fuss like this because of the love that we have. If we didn't love him, we wouldn't have much to say about him, or he wouldn't have made the team. I'm sorry, the list. The list.
Carl, man, don't listen to Doug, man. I love you.
Okay, let's see what the people in the comments say. Gundam said, I agree on Granderson.
100%.
Jerry said, thumbs up on Granderson. Gundam also said, I believe Granderson might have a breakout year. Nasty tackler. Somebody can read Jeremiah's comment.
I love Carl Granderson, though I don't care about it, man. Especially CD Deuce are doing his thing on the field, though, y'all. Jeremiah, either I'm hooked on phonics or you didn't type that right.
Yeah, that was a good one. I see you trying to say that. That was tight.
That's you went through a whole bunch of positions, my boy.
Oh,
I mean, no, it's just what she said. That was almost. Well, Uptown killed me with the nailing Naimon on the cross, man. What he said, man, that was funny.
We sorry, y'all. We back and we excited and we just happy that y'all here with us. Keep bringing the comments and keep interacting with us. We gonna jokes on this podcast.
You know how we are.
We gonna get these jokes off in this podcast. So if y'all don't correct, y'all gonna get jokes, okay? A lot of us are from Louisiana, and this is just how we get down. So don't take that to heart. We don't mean no harm. We love y'all, and this is us having fun with y'all, man. Keep them comments coming in.
Well, y'all
ain't no boredom over here.
Man, I've been around here for over about 13, 14 years. Y'all know who SaintsUptown is. Y'all know how. So what you got, bro?
Okay, so moving on to number 17. Number 17. I disagree with this player, this number.
Another argument.
Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill comes in at number 17.
With a 58% completion, 978 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. 5.
Keep reading, caller. You got to go to another. What he do at receiver, what he do as a rusher.
They don't have it on here.
I got it. As a receiver, he had 4 receptions, 52 yards as a receiver. As a running back, I mean, whenever he done his little deals in the back, he had 70 attempts for 374 yards. Backup running backs, you got some that ain't even getting that. That's why I said I disagree before I think he's just a little bit too low, just because he had impacts in other areas. 70 attempts for 374 yards. That's number 2.
That. You see all that you talking about, CB? We don't remember that. We remember the interceptions and the fumbles and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? All that other stuff that you talking about, yeah, that's fine, man. But those things that he did when he did the interceptions and the fumbles was at crucial times that cost us games. So he's right where he needs to be. In fact, he should be lower.
Well, he cost us some games. I honestly forgot. I honestly forgot about him costing us games. I'm not saying that he didn't.
No, it's like for me, when you say he's played different factors in different positions. Since he's gotten here, he's played different factors in different positions. It's not like just last year was his first time being the everything guy. Like, there was a reason they named him the Swiss Army knife. Like, he has done this consistently every year, and every year we've complained about how we thought that he was better at those positions than he was at quarterback, which is the point that you just proved by telling us about how well he did at wide receiver, how well he did at running back. He did everything well besides the quarterback position. And the fact that he made it to where he's at, I don't think that he's too low. I think he should have been where he's at, or he should have been between 18 and 20, because it's not like this is something that he hasn't done before. He is literally doing what we had him doing since day one. Like, we gave him a nickname based off of what he was doing. Like, this isn't new to him. Unfortunately, our offense just wasn't that good for us to just sit back and be like, damn, Taysom really did that. I mean, Taysom had to do that because he didn't have other guys stepping up to do that. But when he did that quarterback thing, the thing that he wants to get paid for, the thing that he fusses about, all we see is the interceptions. All we see is him taking off to run and not sliding to give up the play so that can be in, so that can be that. All we see is the turnover that he made do that weren't interceptions, the ones that he carried. It's just, it was so much that he did that it was just all over the place, that if you write the good on one side and the bad on the other side, the good just does not outweigh the bad as far as this list goes.
The only thing that like what makes him, what solidified his position, like I say, he could have even been lower. When you cost us games, bro, when you cost us games, there ain't no coming back from that. You understand what I'm saying? When you done did stuff, man, you know, that literally either cost us games or swung the momentum to the other team's side. You understand what I'm saying? I cannot, in good consciousness, you know, give you props like that. You understand what I'm saying? I just can't do it, bro. You understand? So he 17. He lucky he made 17.
But let me WD, before you go, let me read this comment because I'm confused. Jared said, the OG said, I say around the top 10. CB, you my guy, but I have to disagree with you on this one. So is you disagreeing that he's too low, or was he supposed to be a top 10? Fam?
Yeah.
Because if you saying he's supposed to be a top 10, I'm definitely ain't saying that. I'm just saying, I was saying maybe mid, about 15, 14. I definitely ain't saying, you know, this man supposed to be a top 10. By all means, I'm definitely not saying that.
At least get some clarity on that, Jerry, because that sounded really, that's not sounding good, bro. Saying let's see. We need to get some clarity on that, because otherwise,
yeah. I mean, I thought he should have been about 15. I had him at 15, you know, but
maybe you exhibiting the same ebonics that my man exhibited earlier when you was writing on that. I don't know.
I know talk to. Go ahead, WD.
Oh man, I just want to say, I do want to mention, you know, don't forget he did suffer a concussion that knocked him a few games. That was in that Washington game. Yeah, I mean, you know that was as a receiving option, by the way. But 5 rushing touchdowns. I just want to, you know, put that out there. He did have a down season of. I mean, when I say down, I mean just less than 100 yards than the year before, which he had 457 yards. Compared to this year, 374. So I'm just saying, man.
You're saying he played every position better than the quarterback position?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the right spot for him. I'm just so glad that he's about to be a true tight end now. You know,
and I'm happy that he's okay with the transition and he's not putting up a. I mean, because we know some players. I mean, I remember we had a tight end that was mad because we asked him to play wide receiver and then he wanted to quit because he wanted to get paid like a wide receiver instead of just doing what the team asked him to do. I'm happy Taysom is not taking that route and making a big tantrum about it, because we know how much he wants to play quarterback, but even he has to know that he plays better at certain positions than he do at quarterback. Like, I will not believe that this man sits there, watch film, critiques himself, and never say to himself, damn, I really do play this position better than I do the quarterback, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy that he's not fussing about it. I'm happy that he's taking the transition and he's taking one for the team, because I know, again, how bad he wants to be a quarterback. But unfortunately, Taysom, Mr. Number 7,
I hope he stay at number 7. By the way,
He
I
should have
think he, I
gave that
think,
number to Tyron. I'm
I
pissed.
think, I think that he will, because Tyron is actually going to be 32, because I've seen some people already getting their jerseys with his name on the back and it has 32 on it.
And he should have gave that to Taiwan, man. You understand? Not only is Taiwan only is that a number that he usually have. He's from the 7 War. You understand what I'm saying? Damn.
Yep.
All right, bro. You see, let's move.
well, Uptown, man, it's just top 20, man.
I
It's
know.
just top
It
20.
gets y'all keep them comments in, man. Y'all keep them comments coming in. Y'all talk up. We want to hear y'all opinion too. Y'all are very much a part of this. With Taysom Hill as an athlete, I said he go 5 numbers up. You bugging. Whatever you smoking,
Well,
Jerry, I need you
No,
to
I get what he's saying, because in the previous year or so he did more as a receiving option. I mean, his numbers was even down from a receiving standpoint. So I agree with that. Like, if this was any of those other seasons, then yeah, he'll probably be higher than this.
Yeah, because I feel like the people in the comments, what they're doing is what we were fussing about earlier today. They're going about the overall person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The player, and not what they did. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're not going off.
I want to ask Jerry, right, before we get off of Taysom. Jerry, did you see the New York Giants game?
Oh, please don't bring that game up. Oh,
Did you see that game, bro?
God.
And even if you're basing stuff on what he did in previous seasons and all that stuff, did y'all see the Philadelphia Eagles game the year before that? So let's stop that. Let's stop that now.
I tell you one thing: there's every team in the NFL. Whenever they do highlights of them having a good game or somebody doing something spectacular, it is always against the Saints. We have those moments, and Taysom cost us a few of those for the Giants, bro. Like, every time I got on Twitter, on Instagram, a player from the Giants is showing the highlight that they made against the Saints, and I'm just like, wow.
Keep in mind, right? All you cats, right? The reason why I keep harping on that is that we were one game short of making the playoffs.
Yep.
So that one game right there, including my brother here, CB, you understand what I'm saying? That right there warrants him being right where he's at.
Don't you just love football season?
Hey,
You don't see this?
As a matter of fact, man, I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna leave it at this. Look, as much as I get what y'all saying. I respect what y'all saying. Give Tyron number 7. I just don't want this man wearing 82, because then we really ain't gonna like.
Oh, no,
I like the chicks.
I'm throwing my head in if he did that one.
Oh, 85.
Jeremiah definitely agree with you on that on Taysom. I said he's gonna be at a new position this year, so definitely looking forward to seeing how he does as a tight end.
And thank you, Dennis, man, for going to him and having the balls and say, look, bro, you ain't playing no quarterback no more. Bro. You understand what I'm saying? You got to play tight end.
I mean, it was only because of one person. We know that.
Yeah, we know that.
We can read Anna's comment, then we can move on. Anna said, please do not let Taysom throw that ball.
Yeah, I agree with
that. We agree.
We agree.
And welcome, Miss Anna, to the show.
Man, so is this going to be another argument coming up?
I don't think so.
I
might fuss a little bit. But I don't think it's going to. Who coming in at 16? Who capping off tonight's list, CV? Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him easy, CV. Give it to him easy.
At number 16 comes in Marquez Callaway. Marquez Callaway comes in at number 16 for us. So what are y'all's thoughts on Marquez Callaway?
All right, people out there in the chat, on the chat, let's see what you think about Marquez.
46 receptions, 698 yards, and 6 touchdowns, which is pretty low for me if you're going to be considered my number one wide receiver. Mr. Traquan. Oh my God! See,
Oh
that's
Lord, don't disrespect him like that. Don't disrespect him like that. God damn. Oh my gosh.
Marquez Callaway. Listen, bro. Come to the front of the class. You dropped so many balls that was right in your hand that I nearly broke my flat screen TV.
You drop them like they hot.
Like you made me so mad, but at the same time, you definitely proved something to me, and that's that you deserving of that backup position. Like you're not meant to be a starter. Like there are some people who are meant to be Batman and some people who are meant to be Robin. Like you're definitely that Robin. Like you're not meant to play the role of Batman. Like that role is too big of a role to fill for your shoes. Like you had so many easy balls that came directly in your hand and you dropped them. Like it frustrated me so much because you get paid to catch the ball. That's all you do your whole life. And you did not do that. 6 touchdowns for somebody that's starting in the offense that we have. Granted, it wasn't the best that year, but you've been here long enough that you had to learn from. You had good people to learn from, and you couldn't even catch the ball. Like, I don't know if it was your gloves. I don't know. Like, Jawan Johnson, he broke his finger trying to catch the ball. At least he reached his hand out and he tried. Yours went boop. Like the Sandlot. Like, I need to put some glue on your hands and tape them together because you really disappointed me, and I'm so mad at that. Like, I had so high, my hopes were so high for you, Marquez. Like,
let me say this, right? I see here what Jerry put here. He said, yeah, I like it, but Marquez Callaway should be in the top 15.
absolutely not.
While Thomas was out as a fielder. Let me say the reason why we came to this. Another reason why we came to this conclusion, right? Y'all remember he had a phenomenal preseason.
Absolutely.
Marquez Callaway had a phenomenal preseason. We came into the season with very, very high hopes for him.
Mm-hmm.
He met none of those expectations.
Talk about it.
Let's get for real, okay? All right. He had a preseason out of this damn world. You understand? And he didn't have nearly that kind of production during the season. So to suggest that as a matter of fact, to suggest that we put any wide receiver high on this list, it's preposterous. It's preposterous. You understand? I don't know what y'all was looking at last season. I have no idea what games you were watching. That man, what Paulie said was true. That man was dropping it like it was hot. You understand?
Was it cold?
I'll be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I wasn't even impressed with his route running. I wasn't even impressed with that.
Nope.
You understand? So, just like I said, he is exactly where he should be. As a matter of fact, some of us wanted him lower. What you got, Doug?
Oh, well, I got it. Okay. Man, look, man, I would love Callaway as a number 3 or number 4. I think he'll ball in that role. Man, those number 1 cornerbacks on every team, man, that was just a little too much, on his plate. But man, I can see him balling out versus, a number 2 corner of each team, a number, a third cornerback, man. So I look forward to see. I feel like all the receivers we brought in this off season, I feel like he should have a better goal next season. It should help him out tremendously. Uh, yeah, man. I mean, he had a lot on his plate. I'm not gonna make too many excuses because, like y'all said, he was dropping the ball. He could do better with his route running, and yeah, he can always improve. But I'm gonna bring up some of the stuff I liked about him though. That Washington game, man, the Hail Mary, man.
Oh my God!
Let's keep
Yes,
it real. Let's keep it real, man.
yes,
This was Jameis'
yes.
favorite target, man. So,
And I like that. I like that catch he made in the New England game too when he snatched it out of there for the touchdown.
absolutely, yeah. So I
And
mean,
that also shows how important having a good quarterback is as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I always preach how a quarterback makes or break a receiver. I've always preached that. And once Jameis went down, it's just like every receiver numbers went down, and no one was playing to their. It affected everybody.
Yeah. But I was still, disappointed in some of these cats, man, because let's keep it real, man. Even when Trevor came in, Trevor was throwing them good balls, man, and he was dropping.
yeah, absolutely. The first Falcons game, Trevor was actually playing really good ball,
He
and
was
the
in
receivers
first,
just let him down. So yeah, y'all making a really really good point.
Yeah, basically, what y'all was saying. I mean, yeah, I thought he was out of position. I mean, going up against number one cornerbacks, he definitely not ready for that at this point. The difference between him and Traquan done hit his ceiling. It's nothing better that he can do. He's been in the league for 4 seasons, and we've seen his ceiling. His ceiling, he shouldn't be on this team. But in the case with Marquez, this is his second year. He just turned 20. So I mean, he can grow from that. Maybe him getting his ass whooped by these number one corners. Hopefully, that's that got him better.
Yeah, see you later.
I think he should have learned something from it. You understand? You see the level of competition. I hope that he went back, watch film, study his route running and things like that. Because even if you're going up against the number one corner, man, if you are a superior route runner, you can still beat them.
Jeremiah said, I like Callaway. He's balling out. And last season, though, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Who I mean, last season, he really wasn't balling out. I mean, but like we said, he was going up against the number ones. I mean, could he have done better against you know number twos and below? I believe so. So yeah, he definitely, like Carly was saying about a Batman and Robin. At least for right now, he's in that Robin role. But this season, he gonna be a number 304 receiver on this depth chart if Mike comes back healthy. So he gonna be
And
more
look,
role player.
look, and we brought up that preseason game. I'll tell you what, if he looked anything like he did that preseason game anytime in the future, we're gonna be saying a whole lot of good things about Callaway because that preseason game versus the Jaguars, and mind you, he was going against a number one cornerback at the time. He was also balling versus Baltimore. Mind you, it was preseason, but look, that was Peters and Martin Humphrey. So I mean, he showed some potential. So it's there. It's there. Maybe time will come. He's going to get better and better, and we'll just see about that.
Yeah. So that's about it for, I guess, this portion of the list. You guys gonna have to stay tuned, man, as we keep running it down.
Right. I just put a link in. Give you guys a few seconds. Anybody wanna get their thoughts on the on our list
Come
on the
holler at
name
us.
list?
Yeah.
Come holler. I know Jerry. I know you got a lot to say because you didn't. You're not too happy with where Callaway ended up at. You're not too happy with where Taysom ended up
You guys click that link, call in, give us your thoughts on
Hey,
these
granted, man,
guys.
that kind of made me nervous, man. When anybody in the national media is feeling the Saints, I get nervous. This is gonna sound weird to me. I feel more comfortable when they hate on us.
I'm so glad I don't care about what the media got to say about us, whether it's negative or good. Screw 'em.
Man, it feels weird, man, when people seem like they like us now. That feels very very weird.
And they got people that like us, they hate us.
Because
It's
I see
always
more hate about us than anything.
it's flip flop. So it don't even matter.
I don't know who loves us, but you understand. But I see a whole lot of hate. This only dude that's even singing our praise, because I didn't peruse around the national media, is that dude Velocity. Oh, and Keyshawn Johnson, but he got a stake in the thing because Michael Thomas is his nephew. So
Right. So look like we're not getting any callers. So I'm gonna call out the list again for the ones that's just tuned in. At number 20, we had Jawan Johnson. At number 19, we had David Onyemata. At number 18, we had Carl Granderson. At number 17, we had Taysom Hill. And number 16, we had Marquez Callaway. So I believe that list was fair. Um, I believe everybody was pretty much deserving. Like I said, I disagree with one, but we all have our different orders and stuff. But we was definitely on point. As a group, we done pretty good. Making an agreement with these guys. So
if
if
Randy
anyone,
made, man, don't believe that, man. Whatever that stuff is, ain't nobody trying to get no damn big.
which one you talking about? This comment right here.
Yeah, we ain't trying to get no big. We don't need a big.
Nah, if anything, he'll be on the Panthers. But I think they should have been not made that trade by now. And I think Cleveland, what they gonna do? I know this is kind of off topic. I just want to say this right quick. I think with the Baker situation, I think they waiting to see what happens with Deshaun. If Deshaun gets suspended for a year, they're gonna say, okay, Baker, this is your chance right here to play this season with us, prove what you're worth, and then you can get paid to go somewhere else. I don't know if this is last season or what with Baker, but that's just my 2 cents on that. But we'll see, Randy. It ain't he ain't coming to us though. Definitely not. Shout out to RG, that dude, he bad man. He said, "Hey, you think Juwan and Taysom can be that dynamic tight end duo like Gronk and Red Splitter in New England?" Oh, you must be talking about Hernandez. Hey, the
Oh,
possibility there.
yeah, I'm not gonna get too crazy with that one. I just hope they be better than the previous dudes we've had. But the potential is that Taysom, he's shown what he can do as tight end. Jawan, he showed his own potential. So, if they step up, if they improve, we should have a solid duo. And hopefully another guy step up that's listed as a tight end as well.
Man, that tight end room, man, looking starting to look a little decent, man. That they got that one cat, man, that baby Kenny Pickett. We picked up. I don't know if y'all know that.
You talking about that rookie?
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen that. But I just seen his little, stories and stuff from, the media and stuff. We'll see. Training camp coming, so we'll see what he can do.
my whole thing is that I actually wish that Jawan Johnson can solidify himself at that position because I think he's more dynamic. I think he's even more dynamic than Taysom. You know, in a perfect world, man, we can have him, maybe Taysom play the backup, maybe this rookie can, if this rookie's about something, he can get some rotation, But that's in the perfect world. I don't know how that's going to play out. I think is absolutely. I feel like Taysom going to absolutely make the team. But that's that's the only spot right now, on that offense, and I'm still a little bit concerned about the old line too. But those are the only spots that I see with, I think, some question marks and stuff too that's surrounded by that right now. And maybe running back because Kamara is going to be suspended. So we'll see how that play out, man. We're gonna really see how that play out because I seen I looked at the little rookie tape. I kind of like what I saw, from him. I don't know how that's gonna translate, as a pro and all that, but we're gonna see how that goes.
Okay, well, any final thoughts from you guys on tonight's show? Any final thoughts?
Oh man, it's been a good one. We got all the beats. The comedy is there, man. But we gotta mix it up with some real talk at that. Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the people in the chat, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. And like I say every week, y'all make this thing roll. Glad to have y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And this has been WDN Chatline Podcast.
Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in.
We happy you guys came out. We look forward to seeing you guys come out, throughout the rest of the off season as we continue to go off into training camp and things like that. We gonna, as it go on, the season go on, that the content is going to pick up as well. But I think that what we did right here is, serves as good content, and y'all gonna be very interested in how we set up the remainder of the list. So stay tuned.
So just like they said, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Definitely had a enjoyable time. It's definitely, in a list like this, as you keep going up the chart, it gets more and more interesting and fun. So definitely looking forward to that. And as far as 15 through 11, that will be the numbers on our next episode. As far as the showtime, we will put in the community tab for the YouTube followers. Be on the lookout for our community post. We'll put the date and time for the show. It'll probably be, late, probably late next week, towards the weekend. So just be on the lookout for that. And for Facebook, we'll definitely put a post up as well, letting you guys know the same as Twitter. So you guys just be on the lookout for that. And we looking forward to seeing you guys next week for 15 through 11. This is the WDN Chatline Podcast, and we're out. Who that?
Who that, baby?
For life.